Take you to the field now as voting unfolds. Let's take you to Limpopo, where we find eNCA's Heidi Giokos, who is on standby. So it's the day of the double V, it would seem, Heidi. Vote and vaccinate, inject yourself against COVID-19, but also inject life into our democracy. What has the health minister been saying to you while inspecting vaccination sites at voting stations?
Yes, Dietelas, I think that's a perfect explanation. It's the double V today. We know that 39 vaccination sites, pop-up vaccination sites, have been established around Polokwane as well as in the whole province, Limpopo, to provide that service to voters, to say once you have voted, you will also be able to vaccinate. I'm going to ask my cameraman, Heidi Giokos, to just show you. This is the vaccination site right next to the voting station. It seems quite empty because we know that many have already vaccinated in this area, and it seems as though there are small numbers that still need to be vaccinated. What's also interesting to us is that we have been seeing a lot of parents that have actually voted and have brought their young ones to get vaccinated. Remember, that age group opened up about 2 weeks ago or so. So we do know that while voting is taking place, vaccination is also taking place. But as you can also see, I'm going to move out of shot again, so you can see you are seeing people coming through and voting. It's a very hot day in Limpopo, very different to what we experienced last week. So people are, of course, trying to stay hydrated and sit under the shade to cast their votes. We do know that there have been no glitches reported in this particular area here in Limpopo. And, of course, we know that people are coming out to vote. Many people have indicated that they're hoping to see a change in the area. Again, basic services such as water, infrastructure of roads, and many have also highlighted the fact that there are no jobs in the area. What's interesting about this voting station, Tulas, that I must add, is the fact that we aren't seeing as many young people coming out to vote, and that was, of course, a huge concern, to say, where are the young people, where are their voices, are they not going to make their mark? We spoke to one young person just a short while ago who said that because there is a young independent candidate that is contesting, they felt as though it was necessary for them to also make their mark. But you can see a lot of the elderly coming in. It is an elderly area here, but maybe the young people will come in a little later, as voting stations are supposed to be open until 9 p.m.
Yeah, thank you for that update there, Heidi Giokos in Lebowakgomo. Who knows, Heidi, it might just pick up as the day progresses. We might see even more younger people coming through to get vaccinated. It's about 9 minutes to 1 p.m. We are anticipating a briefing by the IEC. They will have a lot of issues that have to do with logistics. I've just been checking out what's been coming through from our field reporters and various sources that talk about instances where there are no ballot papers, where queue management is a bit of a challenge, where people are just being made to stand in one queue. And I've just seen something coming through now a few minutes ago talking about one voting station here in Johannesburg going offline. I suspect the IEC will spend a lot of time explaining some of those issues. Let's check what the situation is in the city of Roses. Let's go to Bloemfontein in Mangaung. That's where we find eNCA's senior journalist, that's Siphamandla Goge. Siphamandla, the contest for Bloemfontein, for Mangaung, is well and truly on, given some of the shambles we've seen in the administration of the municipality in the last while. But does it seem to you that people are energized about some of the issues that they've faced, including issues that they protested about some few months ago?
I can confirm that it does appear that most residents of Mangaung are indeed energized, and they are going out in numbers to cast their ballots. We've been to about 6 voting stations from the morning. We have seen long snaking queues there, people out in numbers to cast their ballots, and that's something that the IEC in the Free State says it's a good sign that they could be a good turnout, but of course you may never know with such instances. You have to wait up until all numbers are consolidated, then you can say that people have gone out in numbers to vote. But what we've been observing since the morning is that there seems to be a pattern, especially in the so-called affluent areas of Bloemfontein. It's the elderly the most that has come out in numbers to vote. We've been observing that trend everywhere we've been to. The number of people that are queuing to go and vote, it appears to be the elderly group. Of course, young people do trickle in now and again, but perhaps when you go to the townships and other areas outside of Bloemfontein, that's where you are likely to see the picture changing. But the battle here is about Mangaung Metro, the only metro in the province. There are about 1.4 million people who are registered to vote here in the Free State. 51 political parties contesting these local government elections. And another interesting trend that is in line with the national picture is that you've got about 134 independent candidates that are contesting here. So we are currently at the Rock, the provincial Rock, where we've been briefed by the IEC. There have been very few instances here, but nonetheless it's been a smooth start.